Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Tiabu and I am here for more treasure hunting. I just watched the first episode of Shincho Yusha and it kind of knocked my socks off with being pretty good. Um Yay! Hopefully there's more of that to come. Actually, hopefully there isn't. Hopefully there are no more good shows. I mean, I want good shows, but I don't have that much time and already pretty much everything that I've watched has been pretty okay. So we're moving on to Ahiru no Sora, which is a Basuketboru anime from the cover, I believe. Considering there are like 5 basketballs in the cover of the promo art, and after throwing this into Google Translate, it translated it as duck sky. I knew the sky part, but apparently Ahiru is duck. If that's not the right translation, please let me know. Because I would like to know how this actually translates and or why it would be called Duck Sky. Maybe that'll be answered in this first episode. I don't know. In any case, this is a new show coming from Diomedia, or Diomedia, I don't know, Media, I don't know, which is a relatively solid studio. They did Girlish Number a little while ago. They did Fuka, which I've heard a lot of people liked. So cool. There are 2 different people who both have credits as director on Mal. I don't know if that's actually accurate. But Keizo Kusakawa and Shingo Tamaki are both apparently directing. Keizo started under Akiyuki Shimbo, took over the Lyrical Nanaha franchise, also directed Fuka and some work on some of the Sekirei stuff, and Nanaha A's was like his baby. Shingo, on the other hand, directed Aho Girl and Owari Monogatari episode 8, which I am 1 episode away from watching. So no opinion really on either of them or on the studio or on anything going into this. The style of the cover art, at the very least, is rather appealing to me. It looks kind of nice, and I don't know if it's going to be animated in that style, but there's only one way to find out, and so that's what we're going to do. As usual, there will be 2 versions of this reaction video, a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, which you can find in the description, and a timer-based version, which will go up on YouTube. The picture-in-picture version will have any discussion, thoughts, review, whatever at the end. I'm sorry, the picture-in-picture version will have the video in it, but no discussion and thoughts and review at the end. Timer-based version on YouTube, however, will have discussion, thoughts, review at the end, but no video in it because YouTube. So mix and match as you see fit, and if you want to sync up your own version of the episode with my YouTube timer version of the episode, you could totally do that. Just get it ready because the beep beep timer to count you down to 0 will be coming right now. I've said that a lot today. It's all right. Let's do this. Basuketboru. All right, starting with Sky, as one does in an anime with Sky in the title. Okay. You a jumping boy? Beat me in Basuketboru? Calcium bar, eh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. He's gonna get his shit kicked. Yeah. Classic. All right, Depot, are you gonna meet one of those guys? Character design is kind of nice. Friendly basketball guy. He's on the cover. It's my demon little sister. Yep, my demon little sister. So what's in there? Ducks? Rubber duckies? Gym clothes? Gym clothes. Ah. Instant, uh, whoever's directing this has seen Haikyuu vibes. All right, got one Yankee Yakuza-esque street punk. Okay. Shortest guy on the team. This is a strong start so far. Okay. Happy go ducky. Okay, so it is probably Duck Sky. Family stuff. They don't seem to be in a uniform, but this might just be practice. Speed and accuracy. Okay, so they are a team. I like the design and the way that they have drawn lips, specifically. Okay. Hints at interpersonal conflict and personal problems. That was a lot of calcium bars, dude. Ugly duckling. Oh, I wonder if it's his shoes in the bag. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, bud. Oh. Ask him to play some basketball. M55 can relate. Yeah, me too, honestly. On the court, right? Hmm. If you could dodge a wrench. Oh, Jesus. This is not the best on audio mixing, but okay. Yeah. Springtime. First day of school. And here you'll run into him again. Until you get kicked out by the team. Nope, no undercut. Okay. Hey, yo. I immediately fucking love this guy. If you know me, you know like my favorite archetype is the Yankee gangster. Also, why is there a 45-year-old man here? Those are my wings, boy. They all have the same shoes. They were given to him by his mother. We saw it in the OP. There we go. Hmm. I love him. Love him. At least there's an arcade machine. Gonna clean all the balls. So he just missed his entire first day of school, didn't he? Shit. Yeah. That booty. Calcium bars? Mm. Mm? You're gonna get caught, buddy. And you've been caught, buddy. Oh. And how long have you been in here? Hmm. Hmm. Where are the upperclassmen? Eh, not so into it. Yeah. You're the spark, buddy. Mm. I think I do know what you're. Yep. No a chance. Yep. Fight me. Yep. I'm used to getting beat up. My man. Instantly best dude. All right, let's go. Who doesn't? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah. Oh. Yeah, everyone is. Yeah, dude. Nobody would know. How'd you add 5 more to that? Am aware. Thanks. You seem pretty fucking cool. You're gonna need a freaking nickname, dude. Oh, that's the first time those have been CG. There we go. Mm. He's actually gonna do it. Dude, challenge him. Challenge him on the court. Challenge him on the court. Oh, jeez. Nobody will stand up. I think that's not possible anymore. Kinda get the vibe that she's not around anymore. Oh. Oh. Is she wearing the same brand and variety? No, it's not a good thing. Go fucking fight. Yep. Ow. Ah, these fuckboys. But you wanna bet? Literally, you wanna bet on it? Oh, hi. Friendo. It's gonna break your wrist. Yada. I wanna see it though. Can't wait. Oh. So he's the number 2 in school. Oh, I'm so into that. You just made a powerful ally. We're a bunch of punks. Huh? There aren't that many rules to basketball. Hmm. Hmm. Swish from right there. Whoosh. Classic resolve moment inbound. Music building. Say your line. I'll show you. And we're gonna end the episode before that happens, aren't we? There's a little bit of time. That's what I've been waiting for. And for it to actually be a team. What, against a short kid? Hmm. Oh. Now that I'm here for. And he knows his name. But you don't have 5. Mm-hmm. That makes things a little bit unfair though. Oh, that was an expressive mouth. Ooh, that tension build. Jukes. Break your fucking ankles. No, he realized what was happening. All right. The sound effects are a little much, but okay. 3. Nope. Ah. Ah. I see. Fuck, why did it have to be good? It was good. Ah. Darn it. How many episodes is this supposed to be? Unknown. Looks like there's an end credit scene or something. Maybe just an intro for the next step. Boys Without Talent. Okay. Okay. We're gonna stop here. All right then. Where do I start? Again, another surprise. Like surprisingly good. This is a very standard start to a sports shonen. In fact, more than anything, it reminds me of like if the opening episodes of Hajime no Ippo and the opening episodes of Haikyuu kind of just like had a baby, and this is kind of what we get out of it. There's actually something in some of the character designs that gives me Ippo vibes, which is weird maybe, but also this kind of hit that spot. I don't know. I haven't seen a promising sports anime like this since starting Haikyuu a long while ago. I don't even think that Run with the Wind really comes close to the promise that is here. And I think one thing that we'll have to do is have to go through the OP, because there's a sequence where we flash through a bunch of scenes in the OP that promise some more dramatic moments, which I'm kind of here for. Okay, I think the first thing that struck me about this episode and about this anime in general is the style. There's a uniqueness to the way that they're drawing faces that makes them rather angular and extremely expressive, and a lot of that has to do with the lips and mouth. Often in anime, we see these like single line with a break in the middle, or single line and then a patch of light color that gives sort of the appearance of lips. Here we do something a little bit more complicated, where we've got the usually the single line, then there's often a line above that. We can find a better example from the side. There are plenty of examples. There we go. That was perfect, actually. There. So either a line here or just like a shadow for the upper lip, and then more detail on the lower lip to create sort of this space under here. There's a lot that can be altered within that format to create more subtle expressions than we can normally get from faces in anime. And I think it's something that they're already using. We see it being used to great extent throughout a lot of the expressiveness of the characters. Even here in this scene, his lips lengthen a little bit right there at the end. Like from I can frame by frame backward. From here to he goes down a little bit and then they lengthen. That simulates pressing like some of the fine muscles here together and tightening a little bit, like pursing your lips or pressing your lips together very slightly, which has an emotional an emotional content to it. And then there's something similar in the scene where Chiaki walks past his brother, and his brother, says something about like, you're always like this, always running away and shit. I don't want this, pretty ballsy. No, you'll be doing it with her. And then right here. You never fucking change. Here. There. Okay? You see that? Like, that is the kind of expression that you cannot do without a complicated lip design like this. And it's important because that little moment here where he goes from like this to like that, it's almost a frown, just a little bit, but it's different than that, right? It's more subtle. There's a lot of subtlety to it. And that was the first thing that really stood out to me. And it works in all forms of the lips that they're doing. The other thing is that all of the characters have very different facial features, faces, and designs, which means more difficulty in animation. You can't just copy and paste, uh, can't just copy and paste mouths on, which means that this is a lot of work to make these faces look the way that they do, and it pays off, I think. There's also a lot of solid detail on the arms, like fleshing out the musculature and the movements of these characters. There's also pretty clearly like an understanding of the sport itself. We see a guy go into like a screen here, right? I don't know that much about basketball, but I know little bits and pieces. But we see guys going into screens. We see some attention to detail. And then there are other things like the little detail of the sweat droplets flying and stuff like that. Of course, this is for the OP, so OP animation is always going to be a little bit beyond the norm of the show, because it's something that a lot more work can be put into for reuse. Okay, but then we get this sequence where we flash through a bunch of scenes in the OP. Do 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 do. Crying seemingly joy, fighting, winning, or losing, a big fire, then these two in the same place with a broken window, as though he's just gotten into a fight with the scrapes on him. As though he's just gotten into a fight, something terrible has happened. Laying out lots of potential promised emotional content here, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so Happy Go Ducky is what they're translating it to. Don't know about that. Chiaki is immediately endearing. The guy who waited for a full day for his online not girlfriend to show up, and then she totally ghosted him. Man, that sucks. And then he goofball. This is actually a pretty great setup. We see the kids flying around with their RC plane, and then he gets smacked in the face by it. I think the only flaw that I noticed, and it is a flaw, and I hope that they even it out a little bit, is, yeah, blah, 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 and then smash. But here, I'm going to put it at like 50% volume, because this was way too loud, and that's the problem. So we go from... It's just too loud. The sound effects are mixed poorly. They're mixed a bit too loud. I hope that they can even that out, because the music is mixed really well and is like well synchronized with who's doing the music for this show. Yeah, Jin Aketagawa is the sound director. Also on Senki, Astra Crying Kanan, Place Writer, Kodagiya's Bokuto no Aki, Fuka, and a no show. Oh, actually, that kind of makes a little bit of sense that he's the Fire Force sound director, because that has a bit of the same problem. Genshiken, many things he is sound director on. Okay, cool. Who else is of note here? Original character designer and creator is Takeshi Hinata, who has only written Ahiru no Sora. Okay. There's a strength in the production of this that belies a piece of property that people working on the staff care about. And that's something worth noting. I really dig the character designs. They're super strong and super expressive. There's actually another example of that here, which I didn't even see before. If you look at the very corners of his mouth, they curve up further and become a little bit curvy as he's going, like brimming excitement just from that one facial feature. And that's just the one facial feature. The eyes are emoting too. Everything else is emoting as well. Solid uses of like low angle shots to make him feel small, although he's already small, but to make him feel smaller. Pulling from tropes about characters like this. Really strong insults and fuck-uppery. There are a lot of things in this episode that are easily predictable because they're formulaic. They follow exactly what you would expect. But there are other things that aren't. And that's good. It's cool. I think this is one of the most striking shots in the episode. I don't know why, but just this slow pan up across him as he's realizing the state of affairs in the team. It works. Chiaki himself has a super unique character design. Again, very expressive, with the tiny little eyebrows and the oddly welcoming but also kind of bear-like face. I don't know how to explain it or express it, but I think you feel I feel like you'll probably pick up what I'm putting down about that, because that's how he comes across. Also, just the way he sort of hunches his shoulders forward is a little bit like, this is a big dude who doesn't like to use his ability to mess people the fuck up if he doesn't have to, but he has that ability if he needs it. Kind of almost gorilla-like, and very different from what we know is now his brother, his twin brother, and also super into this girl. This moment is great. I wonder how close to the manga this adaptation actually is, whether this is a like panel by panel adaptation or something else. I don't know. Okay, where's the moment where he... Yeah, this is where we start getting our music build. And I gotta say, I dig this as our like big oomphy scene, big oomphy themey song with the brass in there. And it's a super shonen protagonist, straight up, I love this game, I want to play this game, why don't we just play this game type of thing to do. It's very Hinata, it's very classic, very standard. He is so far a standard protagonist. We have elements of his backstory and an understanding of why he cares about basketball through the shoes given to him by his mother. We have elements of that explored and shown that she was a legendary b-baller and has given it up. Whether or not she is still in his life is a question that I am curious about, because I get the vibe that she's not, but maybe. Regardless, he has made a promise to her and wants to keep it in his own head. And that is a solid motivation for a protagonist. Personal, self-defined, and he's driven toward it. And now he has come across his first obstacle, which is his teammates. Perfect. They're not into basketball. He's super into basketball. He is the spark that will ignite. All that they need all that he needs to do is to show them that basketball isn't a pain in the ass. It's fun, right? And that's the whole goal of the show, and more on a meta level, the goal of making a piece of media, manga or anime, about a sport is usually to get people interested in the sport and make it cool, right? There's always some element of that. There's an element of love for basketball in the writing here that I don't think you could do without loving basketball, and that's cool. It's really cool. All in all, this was a really cool episode. Already we've got an interesting cast of characters. I'm interested to see the punks that he keeps with him a little bit more fleshed out. Unless they leave. Do they leave? Are they shown in the OP? Yeah, they are. They're all still there. The guy who looks like he's 40 is right there. The guy with the red hair and glasses, and then this guy. They're all there. And then we'll pick up a couple of new teammates. Guy with spiky hair and guy with headband. With the like almost cornrow-esque look in the front of his hair. And we know that they will get it together and become a team. So we know where this is going. They're going to become a team. They're going to work hard. They're going to practice together. They're going to feel it. They're going to fight, and play basketball games for realsies against other people. There will probably be continuous sideline commentary explaining like what is being done by the characters when they're doing certain things, as there was in the climactic basketball moment in this episode. But that's your standard setup, and that's fine. It's standard for a reason. Here, it has been executed really well. Also, just the animation of the movement and all that jazz during the Basuketto sequences is pretty cool. Pretty dope. There's some like after image and smearing stuff going on here. A little bit of a freeze time moment. Okay, hold on. Yeah. the after image just left behind to create a little bit more speed there, and bam. The only, again, it's a similar sort of thing. The only flaw is these big booms that come with each motion. And that's way too fast. Those are a little much for me, but nowhere near enough to degrade the quality of the episode. Also, just the work on the shadows and layers of coloration is nice. Really nice. All in all, I really enjoyed this episode to a surprising degree. I didn't think that they would be able to carry over some of the art style that I saw in the promotional art, and a lot of it is on display here throughout, and that's pretty fucking cool, because it looks really good. I liked this episode. I liked it a lot. I will watch the next episode. Cool. Let's wrap this up, because I've got more stuff to get through. So, I've been Tiabu. This has been Ahiru no Sora, episode 1. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week in the next episode. Peace.